true Bible teachings that the Christadelphians have rejected. So if we look in the Bible, look at Romans chapter 5 and verse 12. That is why, just as through one man sin entered into the world, and death through sin, and thus death spread to all men, because they all had sinned. For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not charged against anyone when there is no law. Nevertheless, death ruled as king from Adam down to Moses, even over those who had not sinned after the likeness of the transgression by Adam, who bears a resemblance to him that was to come. And then if we just go to verse 19, for just as through the disobedience of the one man many were constituted sinners, likewise also through the obedience of the one man many will be constituted righteous. So these passages here are dealt with in the Christadelphian statement of faith in clause 5. And this is what the Christadelphians have rejected. They don't tell you that death comes through Adam's transgression. They're trying to claim that you die because you sin and break God's law yourself individually, but they don't explain how newborn babies die, because a newborn baby isn't responsible to God's law because it can't understand it. It's not got no conscious really awareness of it until it becomes old enough until it grows and becomes old enough. But infant mortality exists because of sin in the flesh. Sin is transmitted to everybody. It's inherited. That Adam broke this law and was judged unworthy of immortality and sentenced to return to the ground from whence he was taken, a sentence which defiled and became a physical law of his being and was transmitted to all his posterity. You can see all the Bible verses there to back this up. So what this is here, this is like an explanation of original sin. That's what this is here, and this is in the Christadelphian Statement of Faith, more commonly referred to as the Birmingham Amended Statement of Faith. Is it says, I think here, so the BASF stands for the Christadelphian, well, it stands for the Birmingham Amended Statement of Faith. Birmingham Amended Statement of Faith, BASF. I think it might yeah, here we go here. So as you can see there, BASF, the Birmingham Amended Statement of Faith, and this is what the Christadelphians have rejected. They've also rejected this. If you look at many Christadelphian videos on YouTube, they are claiming that sin only has one meaning, and that meaning is the transgression of the law. Yeah. And that goes against the Statement of Faith, clause 5, when they're saying that. And then this is the founder of the Christadelphian faith. He makes it clear, quite easy here, what the word sin means. The word sin is used in two principal acceptations in the scriptures. Right, so first of all, the expression two principal acceptations in literal English means the word sin is used in two major ways in the scriptures. It signifies in the first place the transgression of the law, and in the next it represents that physical principle of the animal nature. Physical principle means physical element or cellular aging. Yeah, so that's what it means. So the word sin is used in two major ways in the scriptures. Its symbolic meaning is the transgression of God's law. Its literal meaning is that physical element or physical principle of the animal nature, cellular aging, which is the cause of all its diseases, death, and resolution into dust. It is that in the flesh which has the power of death, and it is called sin because of the development or fixation of this evil in the flesh, which was the result of transgression. Inasmuch then as this evil principle pervades every part of the flesh, the animal nature is styled sinful flesh, that is, flesh full of sin, so that sin, in the sacred style, came to stand for the substance called man. And this is what the Christadelphians, the modern Christadelphians, have rejected. There are very few Christadelphians out there today that will say that the word sin has two meanings, or the word sin is used in two major ways in the scriptures. It represents symbolically the transgression of God's law, and literally it represents that physical element of the animal nature which is the cause of all its diseases, death, and resolution into dust. And scientifically, we can quantify this as cellular aging. So be careful of the Christadelphians, because they've got some major false teachings when it comes to the nature of man and why do we die and what is sin. They've renounced and rejected the truth.